Hey guys, well as promised, here is my first aquaponics clip. I did promise that I'd do one once the system was set up and pretty much run in, so the time has come. Now straight off the bat I'll say I'm not a professional at this. This is only my first dabble. I've probably had the system up and running for a month and a half now. But what I will say is that a lot of the hard work for you guys that are looking at building an aquaponics system has been done by other people. There's plenty of forums, chat sites, Facebook, YouTube, sites where people have already tried and tested all of the bits and pieces that are to do with an aquaponics system. So my suggestion to you is get out there, look at those videos, and get some great ideas. Also, this clip is not going to go through piece by piece, size by size, centimetre by centimetre, how to put one together. That's just not my thing. There are plenty of videos out there for that too. But what I will say is I'll give a big kudos for this system to Rob's Backyard Urban Farming and Aquaponics site. He's very easy to find. Just search that on YouTube and Facebook and you'll find his page very quickly. He will do some detailed descriptions on all the pieces that you see here. Anyway guys, I'll get over there and get started. Alright, so we'll start off here. This is the original system, which was a chop and flip system. So you can see here this is a 1,000 litre IBC container. It's been chopped off at about the 600 litre mark. So yeah, 600 litres down there, and then 400 litres, well just under 400 litres for the top growing space. I did have that to begin with and that went well, but then I quickly decided that I wanted to expand, so that happened very, very quickly. So yeah, we'll go through. We've got grow beds over here and we've got a bit of a filter system here, and we've got the fish tank here, but I'll go through and I'll explain what setup we've got now. But yeah, if you just want to dabble, you can do a similar system to what I'm explaining, just with this here and the top grow bed there. Anyway, we'll go and investigate the sump tank. Alrighty, so this is the sump tank here. Like I said, it's cut off at the 600 litre mark, but we probably, the maximum I get it to with the water flow is about 500, maybe 550, pushing it. And so in the back here I have I think it's a 7,500 litre, or it might be 8,500 litre per hour pump. So that's pumping the water out from the sump tank. In here I've got some gravel, and you can see some different sizes of PVC pipe that's housing the marron. You won't be able to see them at the moment, they're all hiding away. They tend to come out in the night time. But I bought 10 marron with the hope that 5 would survive, so I think I've lost 2 already. They do fight when they're juveniles, unfortunately, so yeah, no luck with all 10, but fingers crossed things will go well. Anyway, so plumbing side, so we have the pump here. It's drawing the water from here, and you can see this is a 25mm pipe. Now some people, there is variations to this whole system. Some people will put PVC the whole way through. I've got this aquarium, not aquarium, but it's like a hard pipe. It's used in ponds and that sort of thing. This is a 25mm pipe coming out of here, and we'll pick it up on the other side coming out. Alright, so around the other side, here's the T-piece coming out of here. Now, so as you can see, it splits into 2. This way goes towards the grow beds, and then this way goes towards the fish tank. So I think, what do we do first? We'll go to grow beds first. Alright, so we'll do that first. Like I said, all this can be done with PVC. I just find that this pipe can bend and curve a lot easier, and I guess you don't have build-up of solids if you have 90-degree joins like you would with a PVC pipe. But yeah, we'll follow it up here. But the only thing I will say is I've put a like a shut off, like a valve here that I can regulate the flow to the fish tank, so I can cut that off. But I haven't put one on the other side, which I do need to do. I do have valves for each, to adjust each flow going into the beds, but I don't have one as such to cut off the flow to the grow beds, so that I can isolate it so it's just pumping to the fish tank if I need to do some maintenance on here or whatever. But yeah, we'll pick it up and I'll show you the grow beds around the other side. Alright, so if we keep following this along, you can see it comes to a join. It's a little bit hard, I'm hard pressed up against the fence here, but there is a T-piece just here, so it continues the pipe along to the other two beds further down. But it's the same for all three beds really. It comes up from a T-piece, comes up, and then I have a valve here. This one controls the flow that is coming out here. So what the ultimate aim you're after, I guess, is for one bed like this to fill and drain every 10 minutes or so. So yeah, you need to be able to control the flow to each bed, because pressure will be different from this end as opposed to up the other end. So as you can see, there's another two here. There's another flow there, and that one does have a tap on the side. You can just see it there. And then same with the far bed, that one has a tap on it too. So yeah, you want to be able to adjust your flow. Alright, I'll go around the front and then I'll show you how the siphons work. Okay, so we'll pick this bed. This is the middle bed with the pawpaw tree, which is looking a bit wind blown. It's only been planted in the last week or so. So as you can see, it's flowing in here, and there is other ways you can do it. I have the siphon opposite, so you get flow through. Some people have it in the middle. Really, it's up to you. There's a million and one different ways you can do it. But this here is a 100 mil pipe, and if I pull this out, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, there's lots of slits in it. You can see here all the way down. So this allows the water, as it's filling up, to pass between these slits and evenly fill and come right up to what this is called, which is a standpipe. And then it gets to that designated height, which you obviously want to be slightly lower than your media, so then you don't get an algae problem build up with that. So yeah, you need a gap between the top of your bed, and then you need a gap again between the top of your media and your cutoff point. So yeah, you have these slits to allow the water in, but the media not to come in. And then over that you have your standpipe, which is this one here, and this is 65mm pipe. You can see I've done these cuts here to allow the water in, but it will also allow, when it's completely full, allow the oxygen to pass in, which will break the siphon. A little bit tricky to explain. Like I said, there's plenty of other videos on there that can do a better job than what I can, but I'm just showing you what I've got. So then that sits in there with a nice loose fitting cap over there. I was hoping one of these siphons would break cycle just as I do this. Actually, this one is really close. You see there? You can probably see a dirty line in there. So what I'll do is I'll go around to the sump tank and show you what's going to happen. So that was the back one, which is the front one. So the one that's almost about to go off is this one here. We'll give it a minute. This one here is draining at the moment, so you'll just get to see it. Oh, there we go. See, this one has just started. So to build up, it'll start drawing the water through. It'll build up, and then it will just draw all the water out of that bed, which is what this one here is doing right now. So it's building up flow. There we go. So the siphon is initiated. draw. We'll come back in a minute when it's about to break siphon. Alright, so they're both about to break siphon. And there we go, the back one is broken siphon. So you can see here the water is just shut off. It's a bit of a longer pipe, so it takes a bit longer than drain. This one in here, generally because it's a lot shorter pipe, can take up to a minute to break siphon. It does, but it just seems to take a little bit longer. But yeah, so there's your siphon broken. Now what we'll do is we'll go back up and we'll start from the other pipe and work our way back to the fish tank, and I'll explain that one. Okay, so we're back around at the T-piece again. So that way goes off to the grow beds. Now this way winds its way along and goes to the fish tank. Now it's regulated here, not quite on full. There is a reason for that, but I'll get to that shortly. It does make its way up this pipe, behind this, which is a filter, and then makes its way up and over to here. Now I'll explain what this contraption is when I go around the other side. Alright, so this here is the 25mm pipe, and then it comes into a nut and tail fitting, and then a 25mm screw-in connector, and then it's downsized, and this creates this arrow actually is going the wrong way, so ignore that, but it does downsize, so it creates the water to go through at a higher pressure. The reason for this is to create oxygen into the water. So this here has like a reed in it, so if you can imagine like a V going in here, cut into a bit of this pipe, and if you have it turned around the correct way, it will create a low pressure behind it. So as the water passes up through here and is pushed through at force, it creates a low pressure behind here, thus drawing oxygen down through here and then down into your tank. So this here just controls the amount of air that passes in. So if I turn that off, that will actually turn the oxygen off. If I open this valve out, it then will let the oxygen back in. And this here is just a little silencer I developed. It's a bit of foam stuffed in this little cup. It just tends to keep the noise down a little bit. And if you're wondering what that noise is, it's Tyler dragging over this table so he can have a look at the fish. So we'll pick it up on the other side. So you can see here it comes in and there's plenty of oxygen being pumped in. There's a pipe that goes down there. It probably goes down halfway to this 1,000 litre tank. This is a 1,000 litre IBC tote, just with the top cut out. Yeah, and it seems to be doing the job. The oxygen's pumping down. I found that when I did have the water going full bore, like I said, there was a valve over there. When I had it going full bore, it couldn't quite keep up. It couldn't draw the water out fast enough, but I'll explain that when I get around the other side. Anyway, we'll go around there. So the fish are hiding at the moment, but this here draws the solids out. So we have a T-piece at the top here that's open up the top there. You can't quite see because the lid's blocking it. There's a T-piece there, and then this pipe goes down to the bottom, and it has a series of holes drilled. Or you might be able to pick them up, it's a bit wavy, but there's a series of holes drilled in the bottom of this pipe, and that draws all the muck and the solids and the poo and the uneaten food out of the system, keeping the water nice and clean. So it draws it up this pipe and then out the other side here. Now this here is 50mm. It's a 50mm tank, what do they call it? Tank outlet. 50mm tank outlet. This has then a screw-in fitting here, and then a small section of pipe there, and then a 90-degree elbow, which comes down to another 90-degree elbow, another screw-in fitting, another 50 mil tank outlet. This one here, I did find with the curve that there was an ever so slight leak, which is now gone, but I just put a bit of silicone round. I had to drain it, put silicone on the outside, silicone on the inside, let that dry, and then I've had no trouble since then. So yeah, this goes into your pretty much your solid filter, which I'll explain now. So this here is to let your solids out. This is just a bucket with the bottom cut out of it. As you can see here. So we have the pipe coming in from the other side, comes round and up here, and then the water is sort of hitting the sides, and the solids, e.g. bits like this, will pass down to the bottom, and the clean water will then get diverted back up to the side and come out, and the solids will sink to the bottom, which then can be drained by this here. So here I opted for the 32 mil, I think it's 32, yeah, 32 mil outlet. I didn't really need the 50 mil outlet, and it seems to be doing fine. So yeah, 32 mil outlet with a screw-in fitting, pipework, 45-degree angle there, less angles the better, and then that flows back down and into the sump tank. And that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, it seems to all be going well. The only problem I've got at the moment that I've noticed is that the when I've done my water testing, the ammonia is very low, but the nitrate and nitrite levels are rather high. So I need to get more plants in here, or I need these plants to kick in a bit faster. It is very cold at the moment here. It's only at night 6 degrees, so I've planted these plants out, but they're not taking off in a hurry, so I don't think they're consuming what the fish are producing quick enough. So hopefully that'll change over the coming weeks, and I will go into a water test in another clip. So pretty much that's aquaponics planted out. I will go through what's planted in here in another clip, I guess. But yeah, that's the system. So there you go, guys, that's the system so far. Possibly want to add another fish tank to grow the fingerlings and another bed, but shh, don't tell the missus that, because she'll kill me. That would not be for at least another 12 months though, until I definitely get this honed in and all up and running. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed the clip. Hopefully the next aquaponics clip the plants will really sort of kick in, and I can show you a picture of that, and the fish will be on the feed because the water is a bit cold at the moment, so they're not very active at the moment. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this, and see you next time.